Divine grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Gurave Sri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Vena Bhutale Swaram Rupa Kadana Dadati Swadatika Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavam Sri Guru Bhagatam Sarvadara Karthekam Savadotam Parijanasetam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Radha Krishna Sri He Krishna Karuna Gopesha Gopika Kanchana Gaurami Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami who has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance, with the torch of knowledge. So just now we sang this song that is nicely explained by this Vaishnava song book. This is the songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas, very, very important book. There it is nicely explaining about Radha Madhav's prayer. Krishna is the lover of Radha, Rani. He displays many amorous pastimes in the grooves of the Dharma. He is the lover of the covered maiden of Braja, the holder of the great hill named Govardhan. The beloved son of Mother Yashoda and the delighter of the inhabitant of Braja. And he wanders in the forest along the banks of the river Yamuna. Srila Prabhupada was very fond of this song and sang it just before his lectures. In Allahabad, Gorakhpur, Srila Prabhupada fell into trance after singing the first two lines. And after some time, he came back into external consciousness and said, now just chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
external consciousness and said, now just chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said that this song is a picture of Vrindavan. Everything is there. Srimati Radharani, Vrindavan, Govardhan, Yashoda, and all the covered boys. And just focusing on this song book, what Prabhupada wrote about this song book. Forward is there. The introduction by Achyutananda Swami is no more Swami, but he is in Alachua, Achyutananda. He has written this book. I just want to focus on this little bit. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness was established in New York in the year 1966. After my arrival in the United States in September 1965. Recently I was in New York, same thing I was speaking in one of the Bhakti Vriksha program. I was in New York this month is September also. That is in 1966. I rented a storefront and apartment in 22nd Avenue. When Iskcon was incorporated, a boy named Chuck Bennett joined me along with a few others to form the nucleus for the Institution of Future Development. Just I was speaking that the Krishna consciousness, no change. What Prabhupada was started in 1966, the same thing. Yeah, we have to understand there is no question of change. This is written in 1970, this book, still the forward is there. It is very, very important, all of us. These books are so important. Just like we do chanting Hare Krishna every day. Why? All the time, same mantra. Similarly, this always should be discussed. Whatever written in these Prabhupada books. Now my way of preaching is this. I was observing all the time. So much is there. So here, at this time I used to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra underneath a tree in Tompkins Square Park in New York. This time I did not go, actually, but I could not go. So I was talking to the devotees that these two places are very, very important. Not just keeping it on whatever tree is there, something we established. No, we should everywhere, every person, every devotee should make a program there at least once in a month. Right? Also 22nd Avenue, I was telling to the devotee that we should have a permanent, that is, now is rented. I was asked to try to find out. Then they told that the owner has to, you want to sell it if you want. I was asking, did we approach them that we should have that?
Millions of dollars.
Now the rather go the millions dollars. No, that's what we can buy. Anyway, but I was told that they want to build a multi-story. Anyway. So what I'm trying to say that this 26nd house of the Tompkins Square Park, we should do a pilgrimage, even from Paniyati or any center we should go, and regular program we should have. Anyway. So here Prabhupada explaining. Sriman Bennett, another boy Bruce, was the first to begin dancing in front of me, and others in the audience joined them. The New York Times published a report of this with our picture headline declaring that I was attracting the younger generation to Hare Krishna movement. So, further Prabhupada writes, this song book, I am greatly pleased to see the collection of songs composed by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das and great Acharyas, Gaudiya Vaishnava community. Songs composed by the Acharyas are not ordinary songs. We should have that is what we have to develop that understanding. We are singing every day, but this should be in our mind. We should have this. This is not ordinary songs, Prabhupada telling. When chanted by the pure Vaishnavas, these are the very significant. Vaishnava, pure Vaishnava. Recent I was hearing lecture, Prabhupada said, pure devotee is called Vaishnava. Everybody has some meaning. Either regularly we have so many understanding, Kanishta, Madhya, Uttama, so many ways. Even anybody comes to the we say devotee. But the real understanding of Vaishnava means pure devotee. Recently I was hearing this. Vaishnava means devotee. Devotee means devotee, like a Hanuman is a devotee. Prahlad is a devotee. The real devotee. That is the meaning of devotee. Generally we call it devotee we call it. Real devotees. But the devotee means completely devoted to Krishna, Rama, Lord, no single. That's what we call it devotee. Somebody, like devotee of Saivas, devotee of this, devotee of Lord Shiva. So, here Prabhupada explaining that when chanted by pure Vaishnavas who follow the rules and regulation of Vaishnava character, I am trying to understand about this, but anybody can explain a little bit. Here what Prabhupada is telling. One who follow the rules and regulations, that is okay. Vaishnava character, what is that?
How he treats others. Maybe.
What is that? Vaishnava character.
Those 26 qualities of a Vaishnava.
Okay, anyways. So it's interesting here. Right? Prabhupada says, who follow the rules and regulations of the Vaishnava character. In another words, as a Vairi Bhakti, Raga Bhakti, Prema Bhakti. All the rules, regulations are there. And behavior of the Kanishta, behavior of the Madhyama, behavior of the Uttama. That is it. Anyway, so now I am getting a little clear understand. Vaishnava character. They are actually effective in awakening Krishna consciousness dormant in every living entity. That's what Prabhupada is telling. And it is a great science. Everybody whoever took this process of Krishna consciousness, everybody knows, in one sense it is easy, in another sense not easy to become Krishna conscious. It's a great science. Now we have a nice book about this Vaishnava character. This is written by one of the Prabhupada disciples. His name is Ajitananda. He is in Berkeley. I used to see him before. He passed away. This book is called Tulasi Garden Books. So he wrote this book, dedication to my spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, who is an ocean of love and compassion. So this book is very, very important. All of us, we should read and understand and practice. Srila Prabhupada has beautiful transcendental qualities. Introduction is very, very important to know also all these things. Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who successfully distributed the message of Lord Krishna throughout the world, was not an ordinary conditioned soul. I was speaking one somewhere recently when Puja Sarmani was reading this same thing, Prabhupada. I was telling, not only ordinary conditioned soul. Prabhupada says, even the Mahatma, there are ordinary Mahatmas are there. You know, you heard? Generally in India, everybody say Mahatma, Mahatma. In Mahatmas, ordinary. So Prabhupada is not ordinary condition, that is for us, he is not ordinary Mahatma. Prabhupada, I just was telling, governed by the harsh laws of material nature. We are all under the control of material nature. Like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Devi Yesha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Durataya, Mameva Prapadyante Maya Nina. So we are all under the control of material nature. Only when we surrender unto the spiritual master and Krishna, we can become free from this. Otherwise, no question of become free from this entanglement of material nature. So here it says that although he always felt himself to be most insignificant, it is evident through careful study of his life that Srila Prabhupada perfectly displayed 26 qualities of the pure devotees of Krishna as given in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Vedic literature states that only one who is free from the material bondage can possess these qualities in full. Such a great soul is rarely found within this material realm. Owing to his unparalleled purity, exalted status as an intimate association of Supreme Lord Krishna, he is worshipable by the entire world. Following are the sublime qualities of the pure devotee, so eminently exemplified by Srila Prabhupada. So he is describing these 26 qualities. I just read one quality of Srila Prabhupada, merciful. It's very nicely explained in this book. Merciful. The ultimate expression of mercy is to freely afford everyone the opportunity to develop pure love of God. This is actually meaning of mercy. This Srila Prabhupada did by opening over 100 temples, printed millions of books, sending his disciples all over the world to teach the science of Krishna consciousness. His distribution of mercy manifested naturally as a result of his heartfelt compassion for the long-suffering conditioned souls. We have to realize all these things. Now, like we read it, there is also some explanation. Generally, Bhagavad Gita says about the soul. But here the soul is suffering, conditioned soul. We are called conditioned soul. We are suffering. Suffering due to body, mind, suffering due to nature, suffering due to other living entity, birth, death, old age, disease. How you can say that you are happy? Because of the illusion. We all think that we are trying to become happy in this material world. But Prabhupada said, don't try to become happy in this world. Try to get out of this material world. Especially devotees should know this. Simple living, high thinking. Not so much thinking about the family, that. Simple, whatever Krishna gave, be happy, satisfied, engage in Krishna's service. That is the duty of the devotee. Not like karmi, always thinking about how to earn money, how to earn money. So here, it said that a distribution of mercy manifested naturally as a result of his heartfelt compassion for the long-suffering conditioned souls. His mercy fell everywhere like a pleasing rain upon the burning heart of this age. When Srila Prabhupada lectured during the early days of the Krishna consciousness movement in America, he would often tell his listeners, I have come to your country not to take anything, but simply to give. Those who were honest and sincere were able to sense Srila Prabhupada's unalloyed desire to bestow upon them the highest form of mercy. Directed by Krishna within their heart, they voluntarily placed themselves under this guidance and protection. Although Srila Prabhupada is now gone from our material vision, his mercy is still available. A liberated soul is not bound by time and space, neither is mercy. One only has to open up one's heart to receive the benediction which is being distributed freely to everyone. So this is one of the character of Srila Prabhupada. So I was thinking to focus on, because Krishna always dictates. Maya always dictating, Krishna always dictating. We have to choose which one we have to. I was thinking like Prabhupada says, books are the basis. You should never forget this. Okay? This is see. What is written? Loudly speak, everybody can read. What is written here? Very, very important book. All our Krishna are based on these books, not just externally, simply chanting or whatever. No, based on this knowledge. What is this book? Elevation to Krishna consciousness. How many of you are having this book? I recommend everybody should take these books. Okay, today we have. We can distribute, not not just only Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. Very, very important, these books. Elevation to Krishna consciousness. So much is there in the nectar in this book. Similarly, nectar of instruction, Upadeshamrita. So much is there. Across 5 centuries and half globe comes this compact guidebook, essential spiritual teachings, how to choose a guru, how to practice yoga, even where to live. You will find it all in this valuable work, originally written in Sanskrit by Srila Rupa Goswami, the greatest spiritual genius in medieval India, now translated and illuminated by Rupa Goswami's modern successor, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The nectar of instruction is the key to enlightenment for all seekers on the path of spiritual perfection. So this temple is also meant for that only. It's not just, anyway, we should have, the devotees should know these things, and everybody should focus on these things. Now see, what is this book? Sri Ishopanishad. Nowadays, what do you call this? Mobile, everything there. Still the books are imparted. Yeah, but this, very physical, there is so much significant. I was told that, Hyderabad Prabhupada, Mahamsa was telling that, Prabhupada asked to keep the books storage, tons of books. Why? You know that? Because one day it comes that there will be no paper available. That's what Prabhupada said. So everything has a significance. This all technology will be finished after 100 years, Prabhupada. So everything has significance. The Sri Ishopanishad is so wonderful book. What it says? The knowledge that brings one nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So the what knowledge in this book that is bringing us to Krishna. This is Bhaktivedanta Sandesh. This is printed in. It's called Krishna Consciousness, Matchless Gift. Wonderful, all these things. Science of self-realization. What does it mean? Give the answer. You all said science of self-realization. I'm asking, what does it mean? Give answer. Raise your hand. If you know, raise your hand and explain. Okay. Or Sikhimaiti Prabhu can help. He is okay. You can. Devotee should know what is
the process is how to become self-realized, how to realize you're serving the Krishna.
Yeah.
And to understand that we're not these bodies.
Loudly.
To understand that we are not these bodies.
Any other answers? Loudly.
To realize how to connect with Krishna is to realize yourself. Without Krishna, there's no us. realize the way to connect with Krishna is to connect with yourself.
So like this, we have to, now this book, you see, the contents, first one, learning the science of the soul. Here, soul means self, right?
Right.
Self means,
So,
there are many answers. What is the second answer? Self means, self means God also. Human life is meant for God realization.
namaste, the God is
Self means God also, it comes. Self doesn't mean only soul. That is a super soul, then God, Supreme Personality, God. Three aspects of the Lord. Brahman, Paramatma, and Brahman. So like this book also wonderful, nicely explaining in different topics. Wonderful. How much more time here we have?
So, you want 2 more minutes, 5:30 max. 10 minutes.
See, these Srila Prabhupada letters are wonderful. Srila Prabhupada letters by topics. Very nice, it is here, right? I just want to focus on that. If anybody is interested, we can have a little bit discussion on this one. About the paintings, Prabhupada wrote many letters to his disciples. Devotee Society, astrology, Back to God magazine, Coming Back to God, Bhaktivedanta Institute, book distribution, business and finances, chanting Hare Krishna, cow protection, farms, independence and economic development, deity worship, devotional service, theoretical performances, teaching adults higher education, Gurukula, caring after children, movies, Grahastha Ashrama, governing body commission, health. So many things are there, which we would like to want to talk a little bit. Health, listening and reading books, humility, practicing Krishna consciousness at home. You would like to hear a little bit about that? There are 35 letters by Prabhupada writing to different disciples, different followers. And just one letter I'll read, that's all. Letters to Mukunda, Alston, Mass, May 1968. My dear Mukunda, please accept my blessings. I thank you very much for your nice letters of April 28, 1968, written in your own handwriting. Yes, I am keeping well by the grace of my Guru Maharaja. And I am working also on Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as for the nice edition of Chaitanya Charitamrita. The teachings of Lord Chaitanya is being printed, 5,000 copies in Japan, and the Bhagavad Gita as it is being published by Macmillan Company, very shortly. The arrangement is complete and things are going on. Now you have to find out some person who can distribute our literature and other things. Sometime you told me you can find out some man who can take charge of our distribution of literatures. Now please do it very seriously. Because if we have no outlet for selling these books, it will be a problem to get a new stock of books. If there is a nice distribution arrangement, then at least 2 to 4 books we can publish every year. I am very glad that Janaki is busy decorating the temple. This is what I want, that every disciple should always remain busy. Prabhupada explaining. That means again there are different prescribed duties. Like a sannyasa has this duty, Vanaprastha has a duty, Brahmacharya has a duty. According to that, he has to be busy. So here Prabhupada explaining that every disciple should always remain busy in some work for Krishna. We shall not allow to remain vacant our mind. And if the mind is always filled up with Krishna consciousness activities, there is no chance of Maya to sit on the mind and force us to act under her spell. Maharaj Ambarish, he did like that. In spite of his becoming a responsible emperor of the world, he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and he successfully won the challenge of great yogi Durvasa. I am so glad to learn about Aridasi, the fortunate girl in Los Angeles. She has got nice parents and has a opportunity of being in Krishna consciousness from childhood. It is therefore needed that we may train some children in our Krishna conscious movement, and it will come out very successful. Yamuna Devi is also training 2 nice boys in San Francisco, and they are getting very encouraging achievements. It is very good news that the girl Aridasi dreaming about Krishna. And Krishna is playing with her. It is very much encouraging. It means she will come out a great and successful devotee of Krishna when she is grown up and young. May Krishna bless her and her good parents who are training her in that way. Please offer my thanks to Balaram and his good wife. I know that Umapat is a very intelligent boy. He tried in that way. He will come out a nice preacher in future. If he has decided to remain brahmachari and preaches our movement of Krishna consciousness, it will be a great success for his life. Please inform him that his intimate friend Ayagriva came to see me in New York, and we talked very frankly. He is still my good disciple, and I have asked him to stay with me wherever I may be. He has agreed. I understand also from him that Kirtanananda Swami also eager to see me. We shall be very glad if they come back and work with us conjointly. I am praying for this to Krishna. It is very nice that you are keeping the Radha Krishna Murti so nicely there with you. No, it is not improper to keep them at your home, but it must be kept with the due veneration and respect. If we keep the statues of Krishna in our room, we must know that Krishna is present, and as such we must be careful in our dealings, talking, behavior, as we are present before Krishna directly. The altar should be so made with a curtain, it may be closed when Krishna and Radha are taking rest. Dress them as nicely as possible. We have so many Radha Krishna pictures. We can take the idea from them. As your observation is perfect. If we spread this Krishna conscious movement, certainly there will be an atmosphere of purity and people will be happy both and this life and next. Please try for these things, draft deferral and tax exemption. It is a greatly needed. You will be pleased to know that Robert Kennedy heard Hare Krishna Kirtan from poet Allen Ginsberg. He is very kind to chant Hare Krishna wherever he goes, as I have requested him to do. And when he met me at San Francisco, he told me that he chanted Hare Krishna before Mr. Kennedy. So I think it is already in his attention. That is all right. Whenever you are able to do, then contribute 50% of your income to the temple. Shyamasundara wanted to go to London. What is his opinion about this? I am very much eager to open a center in London. If Shyamasundara and Malati go there, then one or two other brahmacharis may go there to organize a center in London. As soon as it is make up, then I may also go there for some time to deal with the Beatles who are so much anxious to understand about spiritual knowledge. Any sincere person, never mind whether he is hippie or Beatles, if he is actually searching for something beyond this hackneyed material sense gratification, surely he will find a most comfortable shelter under the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is not different from Lord Krishna. We should try our best, begging every person to give us some time to listen about this Krishna consciousness movement and it is taught by Lord Chaitanya. Hope you are well, your ever weller wisher, H H Bhaktivedanta Swami. So I would like to just inform that since I am here, every devotee should do some, satsanga, not just Sunday, takes, we are hearing sadhu sangha, and even only if your family is enough to, we can discuss a little bit half an hour, 1 hour. So please host this since I am here. Hare Krishna. So, forget, books are the basis, purity the force, very important purity, by following 4 regulatory principles, chanting 16 rounds, and preaching is the essence, and utility is the principle. This 4 is eternal, Prabhupada given this understanding. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So as Maharaj mentioned, he will be in Atlanta. So for those of you who would like to have some more association, have some sangha, you please contact Shratashil Prabhu. He will be organizing programs for Maharaj. Chitraviya Prabhu said there is no Sunday feast sponsored today. If anyone would like to sponsor the Sunday feast, how much is it, Shraddha? $300. Anyone wants to sponsor the Sunday feast? Otherwise, Amrit Bhai will sponsor. Please come, Amrit Bhai. Please do the arati. Please come. Jati Bhai, please assist him. He is alone. Assist him in doing the arati. And for mini arati, we have Subarna Chitra Mataji. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, So Amrit Bhai sponsored the feast because his son Minal, when you have seen him, he's a young devotee, he's a senior devotee but a young-bodied devotee who's been coming to the temple for many years, and we're celebrating his birthday, a little late, but better late than never. He's not here today, but Amrit Bhai wants all the devotees to pray to the Lordship Shri Gaur Nitai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Devi and Radha Madan Mohan, that Minal can continue on his spiritual journey, and Amrit Bhai always wants him to get married. Krishna conscious part. So if everyone could please raise your hands, we're going to pray to their lordships. Together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So just one brief announcement. I wanted to report to you, yesterday we had our picnic, and it was an ecstatic picnic, and the head count was approximately close to about 190 devotees. It was a lot of fun, a lot of nice prasadam, ecstatic kirtans. Mataji's led a very beautiful kirtan, and the men had a volleyball tournament. There's a Krishna conscious volleyball tournament. Without lines, but still there were no quarrels. It was a lot of fun. For those of you who missed out, there's always next year. So thank you all. For those of you who made it and those of you who didn't, keep in mind for next year's picnic. Very nice prasadam. Vrinda made extremely delicious veggie burgers. For those of you, Jai Madhava along with her. For those of you who missed out, you have to wait another year for those veggie burgers. They only come out once a year. Special recipe for the picnic. And then Shraddha Swarupu also made nice soybean sabji, potato sabji. Chittavirya Prabhu brought so many varieties of snacks. And the children had a soccer tournament. They didn't know how to kick the ball, but they were all piled up on the ball together. It was a lot of fun. So, coming weekend, we have training for the Bhakti Vriksha leaders. As I had mentioned to you, that Iskcon Atlanta Temple has different satellite training centers all around Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. And the purpose of that, this was the dream of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He created a system called the Namahatta system, and later on it got the name Bhakti Vriksha, because these centers help to nurture the spiritual spirit, this bhakti, the creeper of bhakti in your hearts, and they're scattered all over the Metro Atlanta area. For those of you who are not in it, you should join one of them. And if you don't know where to join, you can always contact me. Or Jai Kumar Prabhu is here, one of the leaders. You can also see him. So we're going to be having a training for new leaders. Yesterday in the picnic, there are almost around 50 new faces of devotees who have recently joined the Bhakti Vrikshas. I'm giving you approximate numbers, because I didn't get to introduce myself to all of them and didn't get to officially meet all of them, but I could see there were so many new devotees who are coming to join the Krishna consciousness movement. This boat of Srila Mahaprabhu's, Srila Prabhupada is the captain, sailing across this causal ocean of material life. So we want to make sure that more and more leaders are trained to help other devotees grow in their spiritual lives. So if you would like to be trained in this Bhakti Vriksha, we need more leaders, then please come. It's going to be a weekend. It's a full, intense course. They will give you step by step on how to deal with every situation in nurturing devotees' spiritual lives. And a big component of that is having devotee care. A lot of us, sometimes in our spiritual practices or in our lives, we need someone to talk to. So you'll have a community of devotees that you can actually approach and reveal your heart and get to know about the journeys that they're having, so together you can progress spiritually. So this system is practiced all over the world. I know in the Middle East they have around 40,000-50,000 devotees just coming out through Bhakti Vriksha. Extremely powerful. A community of 40,000-50,000 devotees where Krishna consciousness is not allowed to be practiced openly. So in Atlanta, as the community grows, the need is here because we are short of 3 leaders. So therefore this training is happening and we would like more devotees to come and join. We need a leader for Lindbergh. We need a leader for College Park. 2 vacancies are still there, and we also need more leaders in Dunwoody and Sandy Springs. Although we have 2 leaders there, there's a huge, dense population of people who are interested in Krishna consciousness. So we need more leaders. So please come and join this team to take on this mission of Srila Prabhupada to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, to every conditioned souls who are looking for this opportunity. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Also, as I mentioned, His Holiness Amiyavilas Swami has been a sannyasi now 34 years, brahmachari before that, so he's never had a job. Therefore, he has whatever Krishna provides. So anyway, he arrived in Atlanta. I'm helping him with this, set up his email. I turned his computer on. Windows XP. That's how old his computer is. So whatever he receives, he takes very good care of it. I don't know how many people still have Windows XP working. Well, it's not working anymore for tomorrow. So I said, I'm not going to waste my time with this anymore. Anyway, you can pass the word around. It'd be nice if he had a nice little laptop. It's about $500, $600. And then he can keep that the next 20 years also. So anyway, he's here for a while. Just let me know. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please come and have the last, yes Prabhu. Haribol. So please come and have the last darshan of the deities and the lotus feet of the Lord on your head, and then prasadam will be served outside.